Brady Tkachuk has only missed one game since the 2019 season. 2018-19. Like literally his rookie year. Played all 71 before COVID wiped out the rest of the season. All 56. Missed 3 games with the contract dispute. And then missed 1 game with injury. I think it was last year, if not the year before. All that to say, he was out of the lineup tonight, and people were very upset about it online, saying that if he could play in the finals of the Four Nations on Thursday, why can he not play in this important game for the Ottawa Senators tonight? To those people, you say?
I mean, your frustration is fair. It's tough when you're a Sens fan. And I mean, most Sens fans are probably Canadians. And you're watching this game where he suits up and he puts it all on the line for Team USA. They lose. And then he's not able to put it all on the line a couple days later for his team in the NHL. And if that's your approach to it and you're frustrated, that's totally fair. Like, I get that. As an Ottawa Senators fan, I get that. My spin zone to it would be, look, this is the captain of your team. You're the face of the franchise. He's signed to a long-term deal. He's probably dealing with some sort of injury or ailment. He's not 100%, that's for sure. And this is probably a discussion between him, the training staff, the medical staff, the coaches, management, being like, look, I'm banged up right now. I need a couple days off. I'll be ready to go by Wednesday. I would be shocked if he's not ready to go by Wednesday. I'm disappointed, obviously, that he wasn't able to play in this game. You got to think that this game would have a different feel to it if Brady Tkachuk is in this one. That's for sure. We all know what he brings to the table, and losing like this at home to the Montreal Canadiens is tough. But that's the only way I'm going to approach this, Ross, is this had to have been a discussion between the captain and the team, and mutually they decided that it would be best to give him time off. Hopefully he doesn't re-injure it in coming back to a game too soon, and he's 100% by the time Wednesday goes, and then he continues to play every single game. Like you mentioned, this is a guy that has a track record of playing a lot of games, so I got to hope that that's the case.
And Wally says he loves our captain, but it's not a good look when you play through it for Team USA, but not your team, when every point is so crucial. And we've put up a poll here on Twitter. On YouTube. So have your vote right here in the live chat. Love the citizens hopping on, whether they win or lose. Cannot thank y'all enough here after the Senators fall 5-2. Is it whatever? If you're hurt, you're hurt. Mad, but it's not his fault. Or are you pissed? He shouldn't have played Thursday if he couldn't play tonight. Because we're not doctors, but he smashed into the post and missed the rest of the game 2 games ago. So,
but that's where it's tough too, because I'm sure like management is like, look, we obviously want you to be healthy for our game up against Saturday, but we saw what this game meant to Brady to be able to play in that game, and to hold him out in that, I think that would have caused Brady to be upset about it. And I'm not saying you have to cater to a player all the times, but sometimes you got to look at situations and you got to decide what's best long term. And again, I got to assume that management had the best long term intentions in mind here.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at here. I'm never gonna be like, oh, you got to play through it, you got to play hurt. I don't, but I understand how it's not a great look.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It sucks. Like we're not trying to tiptoe past the fact that
and
the visual is terrible.
And it's not like Matthew Tkachuk where he played 6 minutes and couldn't finish. Like, he played that game and played it well. Like, he played awesome on Thursday. If he had the same game he played Thursday against Canada, tonight against Montreal, it's a different game.
Yeah.
So I get it. And the poll is extremely tight. We'll get to it a little bit later, but I do not have time for people calling him soft or calling him a guy who doesn't care, because that's just ignorant.
Yeah, that's just like, you haven't been watching Brady Tkachuk if that's your opinion of him. So I disavow that line of thinking.
If anything, Brady cares too much.
Yeah, but again, I can see how if you're like strictly a Senators fan and not kind of looking at it from the grand scope of hockey and how the Four Nations face-off was such a big deal, especially to players like Brady. I can see how that line of thinking can come across for you, but it's just not true. Like Brady is not a soft player in any sense of the word, and for him to sit out a game, I think that's even more showing that it's something serious, because he doesn't do that often. I was at the game in Calgary where he busted his mouth open, needed stitches, lost teeth, and he comes back and scores the game winner in overtime. So that's the type of player Brady Tkachuk is.
Yeah, I agree with that, Pillsy. So people in the comments very split on this one. 28% are pissed, saying he shouldn't have played Thursday if he can't play tonight. 31%. So the leader is that they're upset about it, but they're not blaming him. So I'm glad that that's the top one, because that's what I would have voted for there. If you're hurt, you're hurt. Is at 25%, and whatever is at 16%. But to me, it sucks that you lose this game. It sucks it's another divisional game, but at least the Habs were 1-7-1 coming into tonight, and they've taken a huge step back in the race towards the playoffs. If this was Montreal 1 point behind you in the standings, I'd be a lot more upset